but you keep coming back. I want love you don't know. So why are you here? Yeah, I should take it back so that you don't know where my heart is at. Don't want you to know. My love is lost. Oh, well, there's only one thing left to do. My heart is breaking, wanting you, so I'll say goodbye. Let's put the sun back in the sky. Tired of crying, don't call me back, just say I'll say goodbye. Yeah, don't call me back, just say goodbye. I can change the past, don't wanna complicate things. Maybe if I asked, was any of it real? Was it real? There's only one thing left to do. My heart is breaking on you, so I'll say goodbye. Let's put the sun back in the sky. Tired of crying, don't call me back, just say I'll
I'm not J radio show.
What's cracking?
Everything was good, my guy.
Oh man, everything, man. Munching on my almonds a day, man.
Oh man,
Well, for the people who just tuning in, you're gonna tune into a great show. This is LeBron J, one part of the T&J radio show.
William A. Thomas, second half of the duo.
Yes, yes, and we got a lot of stuff in store. But first, man, how you been, man? I saw your son out there killing
Oh
last weekend.
yeah, out there making moves. Definitely doing the daggone thing.
Mm. How many yards he get? For the people who's out here, um, his son's a running back, man. He out there killing in Pittsburgh, man. He been matter of fact, we might have to put up that Whip Hill article.
Yeah, one buck 6'9", two
But you
and
say it like it's nothing. I couldn't even get on the field. This dude getting $169 like it's nothing.
Mm.
That's Madden numbers, man. But congratulations to him, man.
Yeah, but it's been a good week. How was your weekend?
Oh man, how was my weekend? I never remember the weekend. I should be prepared for this question. What did I do? I know I ate. Oh yeah, UFC. We watched the UFC fight. Got some food, got some seafood, and like I do every weekend. Watch this the Punk Steelers, man. Ugh,
Mm.
Steelers is trash.
What they going to do, man? Who's the problem on that team?
People ain't gonna like to hear it from me, but Tomlin. Well, first off, I think it's whoever is not drafting players, man. Because I'm gonna talk about it on my show, probably tomorrow. But um, you knew this dude. This dude been on the team for almost 20 years. Roethlisberger. You're not getting his successor. You're not trying to replace him.
Mm.
I don't understand that. I don't get it.
Well, they
You know,
they just signed Haskins, right?
yeah, but I don't think he a star, man.
Mm.
If he was a star, then he wouldn't have left Washington. They wouldn't have got rid of him.
Mm.
See, people don't understand. If you are talented, they're gonna let you get away with murder. They're not gonna get rid of you. You're a franchise.
Wow.
Ask Dennis Rodman. He was wearing a dress and stuff and not practicing and going to the WWE. They ain't get rid of him.
Yeah, man. NWO for life.
Come on, man. And then like I've been telling people this for years though. The running game, every year that they had a running game, they made the playoffs and they went deep in the playoffs. And if you look at the statistics, they didn't have a 1,000-yard runner in like what 3, 4, 5 years.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? So for the people on here, man, hit them like buttons, man. Hit them likes because we're gonna get in some stuff today. We wanted to help us out with the algorithms. You know, um, definitely hit that notification bell, and also we're gonna play a quick video from one of our sponsors. 1 second. Yeah, but I mean, Dallas did good last week, right? That's your team.
Oh yeah. Well, I don't think they did good. I think they did great.
Oh,
That's what
listen to you. Look, I think I'm gonna let Roy Jones Jr. tell us how well he did. That's right, Roy. Spectacular.
Yeah, it definitely was, man. Now, the weird thing about the Dallas Cowboys is no one really knows their identification. Like, they don't know what type of team they're going to be. Like at one point they thought they were going to be a running team. They got Zeke. They gave him his contract finally.
Mm-hmm.
Then, when they were playing Brady, they went more to the passing game. This game was just all over, everyone chipping in. So
Mhm.
it was interesting. Oh, and the defense. You were thinking like, all right, they're going to score low, but keep the score low on the other end. So
Mm.
they don't really have an identity right now.
Right. Okay. Shout out to Swanee G. Said Pittsburgh O line sucks, and I totally agree with that.
Mm.
But there was a couple of videos where that new running back wasn't hitting the right holes, man, and Tomlin called him out
Mm.
on that. I mean, he's a rookie though, but they're trash to be trash.
And
I still believe in them now.
there was that one, like it looked like you know how the birds be flying in a V, and they just had them all, and all you had to do is just hit that hole and go.
I saw that, man, and they, their schedule was so hard this year, so I don't know. Well, I'm telling you this, I'm looking forward to Brady. Tom Brady's going back into his home stomping grounds. I'm looking forward to watching that. That's a Sunday night game.
Oh, okay, yeah,
Yeah,
that's gonna be huge. Brady Belichick.
yeah. I want to see that game. That's gonna be good.
If they wanted to do it like WWE, they should have Eli Manning be one of the special guest referees or something.
Oh, that sounds like XFL. That sounds horrible. I had to turn that off.
Oh man.
Oh, real quick, we're gonna put one of our sponsors on there. Check out one of our sponsors, afjcworldwide.com. That is afjcworldwide.com for our latest apparel, homeware, and drinkware. Definitely get a shirt for your husband, wife, doesn't matter. Again, check out afjcworldwide.com. Yeah, so what we going to talk about today? What we getting into?
Well, I mean, you know, it was the shocker. You saw that on the headline. Shock breaking news.
Mm.
Will and Jada Smith. At one point, they weren't in a monogamous relationship. Now, here's the thing about that, and we'll get into it more. But there was three things that I knew, growing up. One thing I knew was that Will and Jada had an open relationship. Don't say Candyman in the mirror, 5 times. And Chucky had a girlfriend, the kid's sister doll. Those were the things that I knew growing up. Those were the truths. So what are they talking about? It's like announcing that, guess what? We found out that today's Wednesday. Like, come on. Wednesday's T&J Day. We all know. Y'all know,
Facts.
right?
That's a whole fact. That's a whole fact right there. Yeah, man. Yeah.
Yeah, but what you think about that?
What, Jada?
Mm-hmm.
Jada crazy. She is crazy, man. She messed up the kids. Will was simping. I just don't understand it. Like you are a big Willie style. You're the biggest person in. You can get anybody you want to take care of you and do all these things, but you chasing her. And I know why. See, Will don't like to make. He don't like to lose. So I think it's more a prideful thing. Like remember when he used to say he would die on the treadmill before he'll let someone win. Like he's very competitive, and he had a failed marriage in the first place, And according to him, he said he had his father was abusive. I don't look at it as abusive from what he said. I look at it like more discipline, because his parents probably was born in the 1930s or something like that. So it was just a different time. But he, his first wife, like he tried to do all these things for her, and she wasn't happy. She left him, and then he got with Jada, and Jada wanted Tupac, man. she wanted, and rumor has it, allegedly, she gets around. No pun intended. I get around.
Round and round, huh?
Yeah, man. So when Will came out and said, he didn't really care, but you remember that meme when he was like looking like he was crying? And I believe everybody know that they was messing around for years. Everybody know that. You know, they know they was in Scientology. They're coming out to be one of the worst families out here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Mm.
I mean, it's interesting, and I would have never thought that. Like you said, Will Smith, the Fresh Prince of Bel Air on the show, Fresh Prince on the rap tracks, getting the hot summer jam, summertime, and all of that,
Mhm.
right? He could have anything in the industry, but it seems like he really got beat by his own competitiveness. So
And you have to ask this question too: is Jada the new R. Kelly?
mm,
Dun dun dun.
heard some things about her.
Yo, man, she got to be the new R. Kelly. I mean, I don't know if anybody heard, but allegedly she was messing with Chris Cross.
Mm.
August Alsina was a young dude. You messing with your son's friends?
Mm. And for those who don't know, allegedly, at this time, she had to be 22, 23. Chris Kelly, he had to be like 14, 15 years old. So I think that's something interesting to look into and wonder whether there's a double standard.
We mean wonder. We already know.
Mm.
There's so many situations. I was watching the interview with allegedly with Mary J. Blige. She was messing with a young dude, Danny Boy, allegedly. We all chatty pattying right now. But yeah, we chatty pattying right now, man. We gossiping, gossip girls tonight.
Yeah.
Oh my god! but Will, man. I mean, I don't know why he was lying. I mean, TMZ was following him when he had pictures when he was on beaches with hugged up and kissing with the other women anyway. So I don't know why he was denying it the whole time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I think it was years. They like, no, but everybody knew.
Man, look,
Just as
Jada,
we knew the other guy who did some bathroom activity in a certain way. Everybody knew.
dude, what you talking about?
Mr. Robert Kelly.
Mm.
It's like come on, those were the things that were known. This is all pre-internet too.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know,
so somebody was in the room snitching. Somebody was telling.
man.
Yeah, but yeah, man, Will was out there doing this thing, Big Willie style, man. I don't know why he didn't say it earlier. Yeah, but Jada's man, she didn't want to be married. I don't know. I don't even know why she did it. Like, there's something really wrong with her, man.
What?
Something
Why
wrong with her, man.
do you think she didn't want to?
Oh, she said it. She said it on Red Tabletop. She was talking about it. She's like, remember? I think it was the one interview when she did with Steph Curry's mom, and they were all agreeing. They're just a radical, man. They can't be tamed. They can't submit.
Well, what was happening? I saw some things saying that the stuff she grew up around, these weren't regular relationships. Like, what was going on?
I mean, I don't typically know. I know her mom was a single parent, and she was living in Baltimore, in the ghetto. So, I mean, that's as far as my knowledge goes with her. But, I mean, she probably got abused. Who knows, man? All I know is, man, we'll need to bounce and get with P Diddy. See, P. Diddy doing it right. He ain't get married. You know, he messing with these young girls, and you know, I think he gay too, though, but allegedly. But
Did you see it was a Bow he's messing with Bow Wow's
man, yeah, Bow Wow be trying to act tough, man. He was on an interview like, yeah, I talked to both of them, man. Man, do you know who Puffy is, man? Puffy would have you swimming in the river with the fishes, man.
I was like he put it like he made it sound like he called to check him or something like
he got clout in the streets, man. Come on, man. Like, I mean, I'm a fan of old Bow Wow, not new Bow Wow. You know, when he did that when he faked like he was making money, he was on that plane. Remember that?
oh man.
He was what I don't know what you call that, catfishing or something. He was on that plane, stunting, talking about he on a private plane, and somebody put him on Twitter. Man, it's like, yo, he's on the same plane as me. He's on a commercial flight.
Oh man.
And then he said this one whip was his, and it was from the magazine. The company was like basically saying that it wasn't. He was taking a lot of L's, man.
That really happened?
Yeah.
Oh
Man, he was taking a lot of L's, bro.
Little Bow Wow. Just don't know.
Man, but man, it's interesting, man. I read this, and I wanted to ask this question for the people once they get on. But remember that story? Well, maybe you don't know. There was a guy and a woman. They were dating, and the boyfriend was like, "Oh man, I gotta go out of town. My mom's sick. I gotta be out of town for a couple of days." Now, this girl was an Uber driver. She was an Uber driver, right?
Mhm.
So she let him go and everything, and so she go do her first trip of the day, and it was at an airport. So she didn't think nothing of it. The girl gets in the car, and they get to the destination. Now the girl didn't. They go to the same apartment complex where her boyfriend is, and she didn't pick it up yet. She's like, she lives here, or I guess so, right? So anyway, so she's looking around. She's like, "Why don't you text your boyfriend to get the address?" She texts the boyfriend. Now the Uber driver drives by. And she see her boyfriend's car. She thinking he's out of town,
Mm.
right? Don't you know the girl was messing with the same? They were messing with the same chicks.
Wow. So
Yeah.
was this was her house that they pulled up to?
Well, it wasn't her house. They was dating, for a while. They had separate homes, and yeah. So the girl noticed the dude's car there, and they pulled up in front of the car. And so the dude come out to get the bags, and she come out there like, yo, start snapping like black out,
Mm.
right? And then so dude run. So dude either had to be fat or slow, or because the girl tracked him. Like, he had a head start too. He dropped the bags and ran. And so she goes over there and start punching him in the face like, bow, bow, why would you do this to me?
Mm.
So the girl came up, the other girlfriend came out and started beating her up. And so I wanted to ask this question, because after that he was still trying to get back with her when she rode. And she was still calling. I mean, he was calling her like, man, please talk to me. I wanted to ask, can a relationship last long term, if it was built on a lie?
Mm.
Ain't that crazy?
Yeah, and that's definitely rough there because we all know
You
now
about to get smacked in the face, huh?
on the short term, there's catfishing going on, right?
Yeah.
That's something at least you can decide whether to go further with that at the moment whenever you meet them. You get to the restaurant and the slender one come out and instead it's a apple coming your way.
Oh man.
But
Yeah.
in the long term though, yeah, there's a lot of grimy stuff to be going on. As far as people, they lie about money, they lie about status, all sorts of stuff. They lie about I've seen people lie about whether a house is theirs or not. So
Mm.
that stuff, it matters. I mean,
Well, I would say yeah. I mean, I know some relationships, man. People I know, I ain't gonna disclose their names, but that dude was cheating on his girl all through college, man. Like, I remember one time they was at a house party. He's in the room with this other girl, and his main girl come in to this party looking for him, banging on the bathroom door, bro.
mm.
And then,
wait, you sure this ain't a song?
nah, man, this is real life.
I'm listening.
And that was college. She stayed with him, and then one day I went to DC to see him, and he was like, "Yo," took me to this bar, and we were drinking. He was like, "Man, I gotta tell you something, man. I was cheating on his wife, right? And he was the bouncer at the club. He was bouncer at the club, right? And yeah. So anyway, he was doing his thing, and one particular girl, I don't know, she got mad at him or something. And she went to the house and knocked on the door and told his wife.
Mm.
So you could guess what happened next. The wife came out there and beat her up, but they still together. This was like 10 years ago, man. They happy, man. You go on social media, they got the dog, the house, they got the cars, you know what I'm saying? They going on vacations. They still together.
That's that's amazing, though. To see, I mean, it's a matter of choices whether you're willing to live with certain things. There's certain, let's be honest. There's reasons why people, stick in different situations, and usually it has to do with something green.
Well, that's true. Because you ain't gonna do that with broke people. And I doubt it if a man stick around if a woman's doing that, unless you really simping. We know some simps out here though. We
Yeah.
know.
Oh yeah. Ask Will.
You know, these people stand around their women, and they woman out there getting clapped up. Can we get a round of applause? They're getting. They out there in them streets.
Yeah, man.
Getting clapped. And you out there watching the kids.
Now, yeah, but it happens. But like I said, that green, I guess it tells another story as far as who ends up sticking around or not.
A lot of that have to do with too self-esteem, man. Because the same thing with what's his name, Dwayne Wade, right?
Mm-hmm.
You heard about that story?
Yeah.
For people out there, this dude had a baby on Gabrielle Union a couple years ago. She's still around. I think he has no say so now. I think that's why his his son turned into a woman, because you can't talk back to to your wife if you did all that dirt.
Mm.
He's like, whatever you say, honey.
Well, he's pretty much neutered now. So I mean,
Done. Deal.
Yeah. I mean, he made his decision, did whatever dirty decided to do. I just don't I don't know. I don't understand people. If you're gonna do that, I'm like, you might as well just leave. Dwayne Wade, he's gotta be what he's what
39.
Okay. So there's like an 8-9 year difference. So I'm surprised that that's the route that he decided to go with. But I mean, I guess people want what they want.
Mm. I don't know why you think Gabrielle stayed.
Here's what she said. I mean, I think it was self esteem, you know. But she said that the person she is now, she wanted to stay, if that happened again.
Got to happen 2 times, huh? She out there raising a baby.
Mm.
She kicking down this fort. Like, forget your fort. Yeah, man. But
Yeah, I figure, everyone has some culpability in these things. Like every guy isn't just a dog looking to roam the streets. I'm talking about the people who are in a relationship.
mm,
And they are, then why would you get with them?
mhm,
But other than that, if that's happening, you guys got to look at what's going on. What's going on in the house is someone killing someone mentally or draining them. Someone being an extreme headache. I'm not saying there's any reason to ever step out, but it's rare that if someone is in a long-term relationship and they're looking to really be with that person, there's usually a reason when that happens.
mm. Yeah, yeah, man. So, not to change gears, but what's going on with this? Can you pull up that video with Joy Reid?
Yep.
Yeah. So now, I mean, I'm pretty sure you know a little bit about it, but do you believe that Joy Reid has a point when she talks about the white woman syndrome?
uh, Not really, but here's my thing. um when she says that, you know I think that the media, they choose whatever's going to end up getting ratings at the time. So, for example, if there's a shooting with a police officer, it gets more ratings whenever they do, look at like a black person getting killed by the police officer. But most people don't know about the white or Mexican people that might be in the same situation. Well, in this situation, this is what's running hot. But here's my thing about Joy Reid. She said something really interesting, and I'm gonna find the video clip. But
Mm,
she basically said, the media, keeps doing this, and I'm sitting there looking, I'm looking sideways, and I'm like, hold on, you are the media, you know.
well, you have to say also that if they're just pawns because everything they say is scripted.
Mhm.
They're reading off a prompter. You notice that, right? They read off a prompter. They do a monologue for 15 minutes, and then they go to guests, go to commercial. You get what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And I agree with her on this one. I don't agree with a lot of stuff that she say, but I mean, what happened to John Benet Ramsey? They're still looking for that girl.
Mm.
If you just turn on ID right now, there's it's nothing but missing white women, man. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Only time you see a missing black woman if you go to Walmart, you see the milk cartons or something, or that sign that says missing women. But yeah, I believe what she's saying. Did you find it?
Not the video per se.
Mm,
Um, Bunch of articles. They're trying to sell me something.
mm.
But
Yeah, but what you think about the John Bonet? They still looking for her. They go on searches like manhunts. Like you see what's going on down there in Florida. What's the dude, the bounty hunter? You can't even like this fool. He don't. He's a felon. He don't even have a gun. Like what? Is he trying to do another show?
I think that that's what that's all about. I think that he's looking at what's hot right now, and he's saying, I can capitalize off of it. And I think that it's definitely smart. He talking about like, I got the dogs out here and all this stuff.
Come on. Now, if he find him, man, this is scripted, man. Come on, man. It's scripted in the mug, but come on, man. This dude out here tripping. Hold on. Is that true? Did they find? Or they trying to find him, right? They're trying to find the guy who did it, right?
Right. They I don't know. He said he was close. Now there was a little bit of sensationalism in there. At one point, at one point he said, "All right, I'm gonna have him in an hour." That hour actually passed by, so I don't know. I don't know if he's gonna actually find them.
Come on, man. You believe this crap? Come on, man. Come on, man. Dude, who knows, man? Dude could have killed himself.
Well, I think that that's what's most likely. That's my prediction. Yeah, if he is on that island, I mean, there's a lot going on with it, though. I think that the fact that they said that the family was vacationing with him after the alleged killing, right?
What happened?
Yep, his mom and dad they went on a camping trip on some island in Florida, and that's where they think he is right now.
Conspiracy theories, huh? Now, if that happened, man, Joy Reid is right. Hold up, man. Why are you finding that, man? I'm gonna play this video real quick. Let's see. Yeah, man. I'm play this quick video. All right. Let's see here. Yeah, check out this video while you're looking at it.
On the of Gabby Petito, there is an autopsy, the results of which will be released later today as a product of a body consistent with the direction found earlier. The male partner of Gabby Petito, Brian Laundrie, the fiance, I should say, is still being searched for. His residence has now been searched. And so a lot is going on in terms of the investigation. And if that's something that you are very interested in, the ins and outs of it, that information is certainly available. And the case is a tragedy, no matter what. Let's be very clear about that. There's a conversation today, though, about the ready willingness of the media to really jump into and focus quite a bit of their time and effort and passion on stories like this. And that was brought up by Joy Reid. I want to play a bit of her video and then we can have a debate about it. But here's what Joy Reid had to say.
Without saying that no family should ever have to endure that kind of pain. And the Petito family certainly deserves answers and justice. But the way this story has captivated the nation has many wondering, why not the same media attention when people of color go missing? Well, the answer actually has a name: missing white woman syndrome. The term coined by the late and great Gwen Ifill to describe the media and public fascination with missing white women like Laci Peterson or Natalie Holloway, while ignoring cases involving missing people of color.
So, look, this is a conversation that has risen up before when there have been white women that have gone missing and the media has really focused on it. Nina, I'm really curious what you think about this.
It's not that we shouldn't care, and I think that was the point that Joanne Reid was making. We should care when anybody goes missing, but there is something a little extra to when it is a white woman. And again, this has to do with our socialization in the United States of America, something that we do not want to face when it is about the value of white lives over Black lives or any other lives of color. It's reminded me of a tragic story here in Cleveland. It's called the Sowell murders, if anybody wants to look that up. And these were Black women. A lot of them were drug addicted women. And Sowell, this guy, was killing these women, and they were buried in his backyard. And these women, one woman in particular, I remember, who had escaped momentarily, got to the police. They did not believe her because of her status.
I'm tired of listening to Harriet Tubman, man. I'm tired of listening to Celie. Well, she lost me. Hey, Jimmy X. I see Jimmy X on the check-in. Let's see what Jimmy X got to say, man.
Let me bring him on real quick.
What up, Jimmy?
Yeah, man. What's going on, man? Why you played that clip, man?
Man, I don't know. I shouldn't have did it, man. I didn't know CD was up there with them thick.
Hey, man. You know what, man? The greatest entertainer in the world already let y'all know how it is. The brother said, "All I want to say is that they don't really care about us." You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? My argument is stop expecting them to care about us. They not.
Well,
they not. I ain't worried about that, man.
Well, Will said it's the media. He said all they gotta do is start playing that on the media, and the people will start caring. What's your thoughts on that?
They say the boy's in that swamp, but they hadn't found the body. He probably killed himself somewhere else.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I think he over there chilling.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. So what you want to talk about?
Media, I just want to say the media got a hard job. Every day they got to figure out something that's gonna get your attention long enough to sell them commercials. So now we at a low point in the media. Not really a lot of political stuff going on. Dog the bounty hunter said he can find a man that sound good enough. So put that in there, man. Maybe people will get that.
What are you gonna find him with a billy club? He can't. He's a felon. He can't have a gun.
Oh, well, you know how bounty hunters do. They just shake the trees and rake the leaves, baby.
Okay. Yeah. Did you find that video?
I mean, it pretty much was going to be.
No, you didn't find it.
It was going to be the same.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Look, this is my Jimmy. This is my research team, and we can't even get the video up.
Oh man.
Oh, that's all right, man.
Look, man. Look, let me tell you something. Will. You're spectacular, man. Let me.
Funny guy.
Man, come on, man. Don't do that. Don't do that, man. Come on, man.
Roy,
don't do that.
Hey, Roy. Tell me how you feel about Will.
He's different. He's something spectacular. He's different.
Come on, man.
Oh man,
that ain't right,
laugh, man. You making me laugh, bro. Yeah, man. So what's your comments on what Jimmy X said? He said they don't really care about us.
Well, I mean, both things can be true. I just don't think that the media picks whatever's going to end up selling. That's what it comes down to. But
hold on, man. What are you talking about?
As far as what they show,
everybody cared about George Floyd. What are you talking about, man?
Right.
I'm just saying, like, I don't even know why I said that.
I don't.
It was right on your point. It was right on your point. It was like, if I keep going, I'm going right in this.
I was confused. I'm like, you fighting for me, man.
They just put on whatever they think gonna get attention. That's what they put on, man. And what surprised me, now I know that racism get attention, man.
Well, let me ask you a question, Jimmy X. Do you care about Gabby? Do you care about this story? Be honest.
On a scale of 1 to 10, probably a 2. The only reason I know about it is, when you open your browser and they have like on Bing and they have them little pictures and stories. That's the only reason I know about it. And it flashed by, it always get my attention. I'm like, oh, what was that?
So you have no compassion.
No, I have compassion. I'm sorry about it.
I don't think 2 is a compassion. I don't think 2 is like I don't give a you know what. Is that true?
No, 2 is like, I'm sorry that the girl is dead. I really am. But the only reason I know anything about it is because that thing flashed on my screen, and that guy is missing. And they keep
Okay.
pumping it. The media's pumping it now.
Mm.
Let
All
me
right,
ask you something, Jimmy. Do you know who Tony Tempa is?
No, who is that?
Tony Tempa, he was killed, by the police. I think that when they came over, there was footage of it. He was given like commands, basically saying that like stay still, and he's sitting there trying to stay still, and all these different things, and then all of a sudden he ends up getting killed.
Is he black?
That's the thing. He wasn't.
He wasn't black. The police
Nope.
killed somebody that wasn't black.
Believe it or not.
I'm
Or
surprised.
no, these are two. I'm thinking of two different ones. He got choked out. It was very similar to George Floyd, but
Yeah, I ain't nothing about that.
yeah. But Tony Tempa, whenever you get a chance, a lot of people know
name.
because it's not what everyone really cares about.
Is
This
that a
is
Hispanic name? Is he white?
you
That's black. That's a brown person name.
I think
Jimmy X.
he's white or Hispanic.
Hispanic is the same as black. They be beating them and killing them too, man. It's the same thing.
Tell them that, and they'll end up beating you up.
No, I know some of them, man. I know some of them. I got those friends that's like that. They know too. Get out
Blacks.
the police way, they will beat you.
So, not to change
If
gears,
you
man. But
brown, you get a beat down. If you black, we'll put you on your back. If you white, hold up now. Wait a minute. Let's find out what's really going on.
Okay. All right. So, Jimmy X, we know that you are a relationship guru. We know that.
Yeah,
right?
man. Okay.
Rumor has it, Jimmy, you had different hoes and different area codes. We all know that.
That's not a rumor. It's true.
Right.
Fact. Huh?
It's a fact.
I told this story earlier, which I'll paraphrase. I don't know if you was paying attention, but I'm gonna bring it up again. This Uber driver was dating. This is a female Uber driver. She was dating this other man. He said, "Hey, my mother's sick. My mother's sick. I have to go see her. I'll be gone for a week." All right. So she was like, "Oh man, I'm sorry I can't go. I got to work." Right. She goes pick up this girl at the airport. She ended up going into the complex where her boyfriend lives. She did not think of nothing of it until she saw his car still there. She's like, "Hold on, I thought you were supposed to go see your mother." Right. So anyway, the girl didn't. The mistress, if you will, she didn't know the address, so she looked it up. She called. She texted him. "Oh, I'm outside." The guy comes down to get the bags. Realize that's his real girl. He goes running. She chased him. Start beating him up. Then the other girl came in and helped out. This is something. This wasn't Cheaters. It sounds like the show Cheaters, but it wasn't Cheaters. So what I wanted to ask you, because he was trying to get back with her, he was texting her, "Baby, baby, please, baby, baby, please." It's not what it would, all this stuff, right?
Which one was he trying to get back? The Uber driver?
Yeah.
Okay.
But he was still messing with the other girl. So I want to ask you, Jimmy, can a relationship last long term that's built on a lie? Go.
Yeah.
Why you say that?
I mean, it's a lot of relationships that's built on lies.
What kind of lie?
You know, man. I remember this one girl told me. I ain't gonna say that. Well, yeah, this one girl told me, I'm the best she ever had. I know that's a lie.
Okay.
So what? That stopped me from having a great time. Yeah, that was built on a lie, bro.
We talking about long term now. Was you with her for long term?
Man, I was with one girl for 5 years and I was lying to myself saying she was loving me, man. I was telling a lie to myself every day. Yeah, a relationship can be built on a lie, dog. It
Mm,
depends on what the folk want to believe.
okay.
It's 5 years long term.
Hey,
A
Will,
relationship
you
can
want
be
to
built
piggyback on
on
this?
So yeah, well, we ain't talking about her stretching, your 30 seconds and saying that it was 45. We talking about like a real, like a long term, like
We ain't talking about this. We ain't talking about the just clapping. We ain't talking about that. We ain't talking about the weekend clap. We talking about long term. Go.
Yes, a relationship can be built on a lie and last. Yes,
How so? And what lie are you
man.
talking about? Like, I mean, in your mind, like you
I
said,
know a
a lie.
guy. Not gonna say any names. He told his wife he met her in a nightclub that he was a professional football player. They've been married for 20 years. They have 2 kids. That's
Mm,
built on a lie.
that's facts.
wow.
There are many relationships built on a lie. Many.
Okay. All right. Well, while we're
What
talking
lies?
about relations, what you say?
What lies are y'all talking about?
That's your baby. Uh, what other lie? Let me see. I got money. I'm a prince, but I wasn't. I mean, I don't know.
I'm not learning.
They be like, well, even though you're not a prince, I'm just gonna go and stay with you.
That would that work?
Yeah,
Man,
yeah.
you full of crap. We about to hang up on you, man. You full of it, Jimmy.
Man, you just said, listen, you just said, it's your baby, you find out it's not. People be like, man, whatever, man.
Jimmy, you smoking over there today, man?
No, I did that yesterday, and it was wonderful.
Mm. All right. So real quick,
I
man,
went. Okay, go ahead.
what you think about this Will Smith, Jada Pinkett Smith? They finally came out and said they out there open relationship. What you think about that?
Yeah, I knew they was an open relationship. She's still a
Why do you think he said
disrespect.
something now? What do
Maybe
you
he's
say?
getting some backlash or something. I don't know. But she disrespectful.
She what?
She disrespectful.
Why you say that?
Well, it's gonna get a lot of controversy on this. So women can't do the same thing men do.
Mm.
She disrespectful, dog. She around here reading Tupac, the nigga dead. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to mess up your algorithm. The brother dead. You're reading his poem on the air, and Will Smith done married her and bought her 100 houses and everything. I would have hypothetically, I would have karate chopped her in the forehead. Metaphorically.
Hold on, man. You can't talk like that now, man. This is a different time.
Okay, well, y'all know what they can do with Jimmy X,
Jimmy
man.
X. For the viewers, man, Jimmy X did some time
Nah, Jimmy X didn't do no time, but
for chopping
Jimmy X,
somebody in the head, huh?
I don't care, man. I said metaphorically, karate chop her in the head.
Okay, so this you're contradicting your statement because you just said that people can live long on a lie. The lie is
Yeah,
Will Smith. The lie is that she loves Will Smith. Why can't they still stick together?
because she not holding up her end of the lie. She being disrespectful. She is disrespectful.
Hey, man, but Will being disrespectful too. Don't you agree?
That's different. That's different.
How's it different?
Listen, she reading a dead man's poem on a dead man's birthday. I'm alive right here in your face.
But truth be
Tupac
told,
bought you a box of Cracker Jacks and beat up your coochie. That's all you got to say about it. And he done gave her the word. You still reading that brother's poem? You disrespectful.
they were friends, man. They were childhood friends. Then you watch Love and Hip Hop. Then you watch Brown Sugar. They
Child,
were
I don't
childhood
care.
friends.
I don't care if he disrespectful. But he wrong for just staying with her, man.
He was,
You can't.
but he was. Look, when listen, when Mark Anthony was doing this thing with
Mhm.
Jada, Will was doing the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
This video. Look, we can pull it up right now. There's videos out there where he hugging up on women at the beach.
But that's different, though.
How's it different?
Let me tell you this. You cannot make a woman love you. Either the woman love you or not. It's either on or off. You see what I'm saying? That's just the nature of woman. I can't really explain it. I don't have no scientific explanation for it. But the woman loves Tupac like a woman loves supposed to love a man. She loves Tupac as a man dead. She still loves him like that. She don't love Will like that. He can find another woman that will love him that way. I don't know why he determined to stay with her.
How can you say she don't love him?
She don't.
How?
She
What's your
just
proof?
with him. Like you have to have been in it. Like one woman just like I was with a woman one time for 5 years. She just kind of tolerated me. I just was trying to make it work. All right. Then I was with several women who were like, man, I'm standing from a car and let the car run over me for you. And after going through that, it ain't no you can't make one feel a certain way or not. Either
Hey,
it's
Swanee,
there or it's not.
hold on real quick. Swanee said the only faithful celebrities are Denzel and Barack. No, Barack cheating, man. I'm gonna pull up some evidence.
You know, you know
He
what?
got she,
You know, as far as Rock is concerned, if he is cheating, he's better because he is the coolest, smoothest Mac Daddy ever. He keeps his girls quiet after all this. So if he is cheating, he should be president forever. Cause ain't nobody said nothing.
man. Well,
I remember
Getting your paycheck up to 2 days early.
what's her name? Heidi De La Rosa.
Who's that?
That's the girl that Will Smith was cheating with.
Yeah, man.
You know,
But
but
but what?
you don't know what I'm trying to tell you. He don't understand that. With a woman, it's either she love you to death or not. That's it. It ain't no in between. When you see she don't cut her loose from it.
Go ahead, we listening.
Yeah, you cut her loose from you.
This is your leader, Swanee. This is your leader.
Yeah, man. I'm glad. Look what he doing.
Hey, this is what Barack be doing.
Hey, Barack, I'm gonna tell you what Barack is saying in his mind. TTBT. You know what that stands for?
What?
The
Hey, watch
thing big,
All right, we getting sleepy. Yeah, but good stuff, man. We appreciate you, man. Is there anything else you want to touch on, man, before we go, man? The topics we got.
Hello to you guys. See how it was going.
We appreciate
Can a
you, man.
relationship last long term that's built on a lie? Yes.
He said it, and yeah.
Tracy Morgan wife told him he was good looking.
Who?
Ain't Tracy Morgan married?
Yeah.
His wife told him he was good looking. I guarantee she said that. You know that's a lie.
now let me ask you something real quick, Jimmy.
Sure.
I'll let you off, okay? You've been following this stuff like with the Gabby girl. And the guy, I forgot his name. It's Brian or Brandon Laundry, right? Now, do you think his parents know where he is?
I don't know. I saw on the news the other day they said that if he was dead in the swamp, the buzzards would be there. But with all this attention, dog the bounty hunter on it, if they knew where he was, they would have given that up by now.
So, but it's safe to say that most likely they probably have an idea of what area he's in, because they was with him after the death, right?
I don't know. You might know where he is.
Let me ask you a personal question. You mind if I ask you that?
Go ahead, come on.
All right. Would you turn you have a baby? You have a big picture of a baby on there. I want to know if your child, of course, being older, was guilty of murder. Like he did it. He told you he did it. Would you?
Would I turn him in? Yes and no. Let me tell you what I would do. I would say, do not come here and do not tell me where you are, because if they press me, I will have to tell them whatever you tell me. So don't tell me anything. Don't come here and don't tell me where you are. Don't tell me. I don't want to know anything, because I can't hide anything from the authorities. If they squeeze on me, I have to let it go, because that's against the law for me not to tell. So don't tell me anything and don't come here, because if you come here, then they can squeeze me and then I'll have to say I helped you, and then I'll go to prison too. So don't tell me anything, and don't tell your mother anything either. I don't want to know nothing.
I don't want to. Oh,
Please.
That's what came
Because
up
if I
my
know
head.
something, then I can tell it. I don't want to be in that position.
So you a snitch?
No, but they have put people's parents in jail for not telling. If they
That's
once they
the
found out.
definition of snitch, you know.
No. A snitching is when two people decide to do crime together, and one of them get caught, and they tell on the other one. Both people decided to do crime. That's what snitching is.
So what is it when you watch a movie and they do a crime, then one person is in the bushes, they hear the bushes, right? And then they start running. What is that?
What you mean?
Why
They
they
say,
trying
no,
to
my
kill
friend
this?
over there. Get them.
They drop their phone and the keys and like, who's that? What is that?
That's called dry snitching.
Oh, okay.
That's dry snitching.
So you dry snitching, huh?
No, I wouldn't dry snitch on my son. I say, look, you're gonna have to run away. Don't tell me where you're going. I don't want to know.
You be like, he went that away. Wait, this way.
He called crime like Dad, I killed her. It was an accident. I didn't mean to.
He killed a woman.
Before anything happened, he just cried on the phone for like 5 minutes. He'd be like, "What you crying for, bro?" Didn't mean it.
You mean
would the killer? You know when they call you and they cry for 5 minutes before they say something. You're like, "What is it, son?" He's a snitch, huh? Hey, I'm with you, man. I'm a snitch too, man. We're proud, man. We're snitching proud, man.
So look, if the police come to you and you know where your son is, and you don't tell it, when they figure out that you knew, they can pull the phone record.
Oh man, he's the type like you hide from the po-po, and he's behind the car. And he gets caught, and he'd be like, "We caught." You're like, "Oh, he over there." Is that you?
I'm the type like when somebody say, "Man, we finna go do some crime." I'm saying, "Look, I'm finna leave now because I don't want to know nothing about nothing. I ain't seen nothing. I'm gone."
So what if they just shoot somebody in front of you? Pow! You be like, and the blood's on your face. You're like, oh. Would you tell?
I wish I wasn't with those people.
I'm snitching. I'm telling everything. So I'll call my family like, sorry, but them gangsters gonna be after you, but I'm snitching.
Mm, mm.
But well, we appreciate the Jimmy, man. That was fun. We gonna
Well,
get another caller on, man. Appreciate you. Jimmy X. It's funny.
Legend with them.
You see these fools out here?
Man, y'all crazy tonight, man.
Jimmy out here dry snitching.
Jimmy said, "Yeah, he right over there in that car. He over there. He hiding behind a tree right now."
That's why he changed his last name, Jimmy. Jimmy X. He on the run right now.
I'll play hide and seek with Jimmy.
Oh man,
He get caught, you got caught.
that's funny.
What's going on with you this weekend, man? How was your week?
Oh man, I was busy, man. Took my son back to college, and he came home for the weekend, so he chilled with him for a little bit. And
How's he like it? How's he like it?
he's enjoying it so far.
Cause my daughter homesick. She's homesick, man.
How,
She snuck out.
how far is the drive?
About an hour and a half.
Okay.
That ain't too far.
So it's far enough. I'll leave you alone close enough if you need to grab him up. You can grab him up.
Right there.
All right.
Not a far drive at all.
Man.
Yeah, but other than that, man, just been working, man. Just had the union convention last week, so I've been busy tied up with that. So
How you been working? We see that union shirt on and everything.
yeah, president.
Man, how
Local
do you have
16.
the time? Got a lot of stuff going on, man.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I think about that all the time. Like, I don't even know how I had the time, to be involved in so much, man. But somehow I do it.
Just keep moving.
Keep moving. Yep.
Yeah. So what? I don't know if you've been checking out the show. What's topic you want to touch on? Let me see here.
Well, what's up with Will Smith though, man, and Jada?
Big Willie style. What's your thoughts? Let's see here. Let me go back. Yeah, what's your thoughts on Will Smith? Out there, we all knew it, but he I don't know. So he's trying to stay relevant. I don't know.
They celebrities, man. Here's the truth about it. They're celebrities, right? So everybody who's watching TV think that's the standard as far as marriage. That's not the standard as far as marriage. Will Smith and Jada Smith is not the standard for marriage. So I don't even know why people are even looking towards them as far as marriage. Honestly, we grew up watching Bill Cosby in the Cosby Show. That was like a husband. That was the standard. You know what I mean? Growing up,
I thought it was Al Bundy.
you must. Yeah, no. Oh, Al Bundy. Nah, man, but they're celebrities, man. So they out there trying to provoke the thoughts of others to make it seem like at one point it's okay for them to go out and be and do whatever they want with whoever they want, and on the other hand, they're bringing the seriousness into it. That big meme of Will Smith crying has went viral. So who knows what game are they playing? Are they playing the whole? Are they playing the people or what? Or are they just doing it just to do it? And try and get some. I guess I don't know.
Publicity.
Publicity.
Clout chasing. That's what it is.
Yeah,
Clout
that's why I was looking
chasing.
for clout. Yep.
It is. It's clout chasing. Like I don't know if you were listening earlier on the show, Swanee. I'm like, we knew the truths, right? You don't go in the bathroom and say Candyman 5 times. We knew that the Ultimate Warrior has been dead for like 20 years.
He's dead.
Well, he really is dead now, but
I knew it.
Like, it was rumored that he was dead. Like 20.
Pac is alive though. Keep it 100. Pac's still around.
Oh man, People been
That's just sitting. That's just sitting at the 7-Eleven.
Oh man.
But we all knew that they've been in some type of, we'll just say some type of different relationship for years. Open, non-monogamous. I didn't think that I didn't think she hated him or I didn't think she didn't want to be with him. I thought they was just
Getting around, man. I get around.
Yeah.
That's what they do.
Listen, have y'all seen them? Have y'all seen the movie Jason Lyrics?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Do you see that scene she did with I can't think of the actor's name.
Alan Payne or something like that?
Yeah, that's his name.
Yeah.
Man, they was getting it on, man. And
that was real.
I think that had to be real. I think they were together. I believe they were married at that time. But even at that time, they was like, "Oh yeah, it's cool. It's all good."
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you know, when I mentioned Denzel Washington, you know, his wife says he's not allowed to play any sex scenes. Although we seen Training Day, and you know he had that one little part, but other than that,
too.
Oh yeah, out of time too. Yep.
Mm.
But other than that, you don't see Denzel in none of those roles. You know, because although that's Hollywood, that's also in his personal life too. You don't see Denzel out there, smacking booties and stuff like that.
You ever see Morgan Freeman play a pimp?
Never.
He smacked this girl across the precinct
with that driving Miss Daisy voice. Okay, Miss Daisy.
He smacked this.
Give me my money.
He was like, "Wow." But yeah, you're right about. I just hope nothing come out with Denzel. You know, because I like what he's doing. He's a Christian brother.
He been holding it down, saying the right thing so long. That was,
I know.
Like, no.
Man, if he did something, man, it'd be like I don't know if y'all watched that Moesha. You ever watch Moesha back in the day?
Mm-hmm.
Well, the dad was a good dad until Ray J came in and he had the child and no one knew about it. He's like the worst dad on TV. I'm just hoping this. I hope this ain't Denzel. I hope he go out with a clean slate. But it seemed like he loves his family, man, and he did it right. I think Will Smith, because back in the day, in order for you, because he wanted to be the top in his career, like he wanted to be the top actor. And back then, you had to be squeaky clean. You couldn't have you can't come out with any scandal. So I think they put that under the rug for a while. And now we're in the you can't be big unless people know about your life now. And he accepted that. And because she got that red table talks. I bet you that there's gonna be like season 5, and they're gonna be saying all this stuff. And she's like one of the hottest things on Facebook. So.
Well, that's what it's all about. This generation, that's what it's all about. Let's talk about all the baggage. Let's put all the baggage on the table and let everybody watch it, let everybody see, and have them make their opinions on what we do. They got a platform and they're making millions of dollars on it.
And their kids are crazy.
And their kids are something different.
Man, they crazy. Like Jada messed those kids up. I think allegedly, I think that son something wrong with him, man. I mean, like far as he messing with Tyler Creator. You know what I'm saying? Like they really messed those kids. I think they should have shielded them from Hollywood. I mean, because like look at Denzel's kids. Amazing. You know what I mean? Like they all got their college degrees. One of them played football, played the NFL for maybe a year or two. But he's a big time actor, producer. So I think Denzel should be the standard, but we would never know because he's doing it right. He's not in the media. He go do his 1 or 2 movies every year, take care of his family, man. But I will see the difference is though. I think, because Denzel's wife is a very very talented actor as well. She submitted to her husband. Jada didn't.
That's a great point right there. Excellent point. That's the difference right there.
Why do y'all think that matters?
let me go on that. You know, that's the most important thing in a marriage, is for the woman to submit to their husbands. Okay, not just that. Yeah, of course, that's biblically speaking, but that's an honor as well. And the man also should honor his wife as well. And if they're not doing it together, it's not going to work out. Period. So what Denzel's wife has done, she set the standard. Denzel's cool. He's straight. And so he don't have to do anything. He has his true helpmate. Period. And that's why there's no issues at all. And they honor one another, and that's it. That's the name of the game.
Yep. And the thing is, like, if you give the person what they want, you'll get everything you want. You know, that's the right order. And like I said, if you see Jada, like Jada was trying to be a producer, and she's doing movies, and she's doing all this stuff. So who's watching the kids? You know what I mean?
The kids are basically raising themselves.
Or the nanny. They're always on the road. You know, there's no stability. Where Denzel, like their kids lived a normal life. You know, and that's a big deal. You know, you know, somebody got to take care of the house. Who's going to take care of the house? And I remember Chris Rock said this one time. He was like, you can't have two quarterbacks. You know, you standing there trying to get under the center, and then the girl trying to stay under the center too. Like, no, I want the ball. That's a recipe for disaster. You know, you don't see too many teams. You don't see too many teams in the NFL with two quarterbacks playing at equal time winning the championship. You know, the rest of the team got to submit.
True.
It's an order. You know.
Yeah. That's right. Exactly right. That's the same thing like with Barack Obama and, you know, his kids. Now, there was a picture of one of his daughters. You know, she had a swimsuit on, and everybody went crazy. Oh, look at her, Barack, you know, daughter. She got a swimsuit on, and so they made a big deal about that. But other than that,
don't get it twisted. She was twerking too.
Was she? I don't know. But you know, Miss Michelle ain't having that, man. She got them girls in check, man.
Well, I don't know. I mean, we don't hear anything about them, I guess, but
she got them in check
because they got Secret Service around them. That's why they be like, I won't tell Barack. Go ahead and hoe out.
Listen, hold on. I gotta say something to that. Who's Joe's Biden's son?
Oh yeah, Hunter.
So that don't mean anything.
No, he told on himself. No one saw him.
He did.
He was out there with, snorting coke off of girls. You know what? And his laptop, his laptop got missing. That was him.
Oh was man,
that dude thought he was the Wolf of Wall Street, man. He got that Russian job, or Ukraine job. He thought he was the man.
Yeah.
That dude got caught slipping. He probably got some pictures out there like De La Hoya with some dresses on. But that's why Joe had to be president, man. He had to cover all this stuff up. He was like, Trump was going to tell everybody.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Oh man. Since you're here, man, we got to talk about we talk about relationships. And I don't know if you heard the first part, but can a relationship last long term when it's built on a lie?
That's a good question. Yeah, I hear you. Yep. You mean the foundation is based on a lie? Is the foundation based on a lie?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, then you're gonna have problems. And that's the whole thing with, you know, two people coming together in marriage is honoring one another. If you come into it on a lie, then you're gonna live that lie the whole entire time until you take accountability for the lie that was already committed in the beginning. And that's what's so important about, being adults and getting married. There are people that get married in their 20s. I think that's too young in this society, in this world, because it's just not designed that way. Their family structure is not there like it used to be back in the day. So in the 30s, that's probably the mature time for people, just in my opinion, that should really get married, get focused on being married. But because of that, in their 20s, they're still in their prime time in their life. So they're involved in all the activities, extracurricular activities out there. And because of that, and then we seeing people like Will Smith and Jada Pinkett and thinking that's the standard. You go into a marriage thinking, oh, I can do this. Yeah, they can do it. And then now you cut up in a lie. That's not going to last, because eventually, your partner thinking that you're 100% legit and faithful, but you're not, because you think what you see Will Smith and Jada Pinkett doing, you think that's the standard. And now you cut up in a lie. Now you're trying to reverse it. You can't completely reverse it until you completely give up that whole entire lifestyle. And that's how you fix it. But it's not going to last until you get rid of all the baggage that you have and got to get rid of it.
Good stuff.
Well, what if you can't get rid of it? Let me give you some examples, okay? STD. They lied about that. But especially if it's one that, like I said, you can't get rid of. Is there a way to make that work?
I think if there's a will, there's always a way. But again, that depends on how strong the bond is.
Go ahead.
What'd you say?
I said, don't use my name.
If there's a Will A. Thomas, there's a way. Nah, that all depends on how strong their faith is in God, first and foremost. If they don't have that foundation, there's no way that's going to work out. So if they're going into a marriage and going through that with a long-term situation like an STD, and then getting some expert advice per se from people who think they know marriage or know about marriage, they're going to go astray. And they're going to break up and split apart because they don't know how to, I guess, have that connection, have that bond spiritually. And I believe if they have a spiritual bond, it's not going to work no matter what the situation is.
Well, there's a lot of spiritual people who they broke up about that issue. I mean, other ones are money or lack thereof. The kid's not yours. There's all sorts of.
Hey man, Abraham stayed with his wife, or the wife stayed with him. Come on, man, we got to be Abraham, huh?
Yeah.
Oh man,
Abraham was obedient.
I'm out.
No, he was an a-hole, man.
Abraham was out here with his Crocs on, clapping cheeks.
No, my man went down there. Imagine if you go down somewhere, you go to the club with your girl, and these dudes, they eyeing your girl, and they like, man, I'm gonna go talk to her, and they start talking like, oh man, she my friend, and she looking at you like, hold on, what are you talking about? Like, she my friend. Go ahead and stuff. And wrong, man.
This is Simp Chronicles right here.
He did it twice too.
Simp Chronicles.
Oh man,
simping out here. Hey, we talk a good game, but if a woman did it, we out. We're gonna be crying like.
That's true, man. I mean, I don't know why that is, man. But sometimes I have these conversations, and and I had these conversations years ago even, and it's like we talk about those kind of things, like, okay, and if for us, for men, it's like we don't have no emotional attachment to the person we may have a relationship with in any kind of way, but we say that and say, oh, there's nothing to it, and you hear it all the time. Oh, that was nothing, we said, oh, that was nothing, and it was, whatever it is. But if a woman says that, oh, honey, it wasn't nothing, it's a different story, because we know women have emotional attachments to their partner, right? And so, is it a double standard? I mean, I guess that could be debatable. I guess.
It is definitely a double standard. Look, my wife can't even have a male massage therapist.
No, that's being overprotected.
I'm just saying, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you really wasn't. You be sitting there, and y'all be sitting next to each other getting a massage, and she over there moaning, like, right there. Really? You're like, we gotta go, yo. Like, get your hand up. Why you so low? You know what I'm saying? It's a double standard. Definitely, I can admit that though.
Yeah, y'all see those videos though with the dudes, they throwing these erotic massages and stuff. I'm like, oh, heck.
Hey, let me ask you a question. Would you let your woman go to a bachelorette party?
I did.
Good, Will.
Well, I mean, y'all got me on the spot.
Hey, you hear words like you try to. Hey, it was hot potato. He was trying to pass it back.
I imagine they was over there. They had a Bible study.
Yeah, somebody got blessed in there, didn't they?
I don't know. I guess that's the same thing as where you allow your spouse to go to a strip club, right? And and vice versa. Personally, I think it's trouble. I don't go at all. I don't have no interest in going at all, even with my wife. I just think that's just trouble, period. You know what I mean? But I know people out there who actually, I know 2 married people right now who actually go to the strip club and they enjoy it, and their marriage is strong. But
right, so
to each his
my question
own.
is, it must be a female strip club. Would he go to a male strip club? Like, hey, it's all fun, man. Free drinks.
I guess that's a different story. I didn't hear that part of it, so I don't know.
Can we say double standard?
Yes.
Double standard.
Said all that talk about the wings being fired, I go out the window.
Man, trust me. Even like the fraternity parties. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think you want to let your wife to go there, man. The fraternities, they get down.
I know.
Yeah, I'm saying, Swanee, I'm like you, man. I'm protective about my family. No, we ain't going. We're gonna play Scrabble right here. Movie night right here. That's how you protect your family. I mean, people want to talk stuff, but I'm like, I mean, especially if you got both of you buying in, man. It makes everything work. But for me, for knowing like 50% of marriages end in divorce in the first one, and the 60% is the second marriage, and the 70% is the third. You got to do something different.
Yeah.
And you can't be out here with this hot girl summer and stepdaddy season and all this other stuff and expect your house to be cool. And then you got to understand too, when you have kids, your kids are watching. So I try to do everything where I'll be respectful for my kids to see me doing it, because the first thing they're gonna be thinking like, you did it. You know what I mean? So a lot of people won't be thinking long term like that. They're living for the moment and whatever makes them feel good.
That's right.
In my opinion.
And we already got it against us already. I mean, we talk about this all the time, how there's so much evil, I'll call it evil, in the cartoons, in TV shows and movies. It's all over the place. And nowadays, it's normalized as good. You know what I mean? So we already got it against us in that aspect already. But when we do it on top of that, like it's normal, because we see it's all already on TV, then our kids are going to follow the same way. And I just think that's just trouble. So I don't do it. So
absolutely. And then one thing you were saying about people shouldn't be getting married too young. I mean, it would be different. I might sound old, but like if a woman could be conditioned to be married, you know what I mean? Like you don't have to sit there and run the streets out here. Then now you got a high mileage on you, because you out here running the streets. I think like you said, it starts in the home because if your parents are married, then that's what you're used to. But if you sitting there, your mom always went out, and then you're thinking in your head like, man, I can't wait till I get old enough because I could do what she's doing. You know what I'm saying? Meanwhile, she ain't happy. She's hurt. She probably got in a relationship in high school. I always say this. She got in a relationship in high school. Women mature faster than the guys their age, so they're messing with the college students. The college students acting like they love the girl. Then next they cheat. She find out how he really is. And then so she's trying to protect her heart for now. And so from her 20s, she's out here wilding out. By the time she get high mileage P, when she turned 30, all of a sudden now she's listening. She's trying. Her friends getting married, having babies, and she's like, "Well, nobody want me. I'm a catch." Or they go to school and get all this high education, and now they trying to find somebody, and they don't want to mess with somebody outside of a high value man. And then now they listen to Kevin Samuels with the same thing. Your dad should have told you this back in the day. Like he's saying everything that your dad should be telling you, and he making money off it. Huh?
True. That's facts right there.
Don't forget all the motivational quotes too.
Oh man,
they overdo it on the motivational quotes.
And they all act like they happy on Facebook when they on their stories and stuff. Like they, you in Dubai, but you don't got a crib. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't got your stuff together, or maybe you do, but they're not happy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I like you said, LaRon, I think it's really, to my opinion, I believe it wholeheartedly. It's a generational thing. Back in the day when our grandparents were growing up, there was one TV in the household, no cell phones, and that dang on rotary phone. Right? So everybody was structured as a family back in the day. So you had no choice but to see your mom and dad and your grandma and grandpa, if your grandpa was around. And that's all you seen. There wasn't no club scenes or party scenes and stuff like that. And if you went out in the neighborhood, your neighborhood was like your family. Everybody knew you. And if you got in trouble, they told your mom or your grandma, your dad, whoever. And it was like that. That is not like it is today. Today is completely different. And they don't have that same structure. And, us brothers right now, we're trying to fight to bring back structure right now. And we're having a tough time. It's difficult in these times now because everything is available. Social media, cell phones, everything. And it's a different beast, I call it. It's a different beast right now. And it's hard to get our kids to understand it because one mindset they have is, what's going on TV and social media. And the other part is, all right, my parents is telling me not to do this, not to do that. Which way should I go? So we got to constantly struggle to continue to teach our kids, man, no matter what. We got to continue to do it no matter what. No matter how hard it is, we got to do it.
Well, I got a limit. So I'll tell you that right now. Once we get to the short days, I'm like, all right, well, I mean, I'll give you advice, but I gotta live my life. I cannot continue to sacrifice for 20, 30 years. Nah. But I would always advise them, you know what I'm saying? But nah, if I'm sitting there pouring into you for 20 years, all right, we're gonna learn on your own. That's another way of learning. Like, all right, burn your hand. It is what it is, but we try to prevent that. But I don't think kids respond to that, man. Because like once they get a taste of whatever that life is, it feels good at the moment for the moment. And that's one thing about bad stuff. Sometimes it feels good and they continue to do it. You see people continue to doing drugs and different things like that, even though it can kill you, some of the drugs, and they're still doing it because it's a high. It makes them feel good, people steal for a reason, and But yeah, for me, I'll give it a certain amount of time. After that, it's like I'm not gonna sit there and talk to you for 2 hours. I've been doing this for years. Lawyers don't even do that. Like they'll give you one good sound consultation, and then after that, you got to pay more money. I'm just not gonna do it. You got to learn. You know, um, for me, I try to make it like a fun house. Like where you won't have to go out and do that. Like because I remember for certain families that I know. I used to go over. Um, their house was so much fun. Like you didn't even want to go out. Like they always had like cookouts and stuff at the house and karaoke and even till this day. Um, Shout out to one of my friends, but for years every Friday their family meet and they have a game night every Friday.
Mm-hmm.
I'm man. I'm like, but that's the environment they created, man. That's what I'm trying
Yeah.
to create. Like when my son was in college and he ended up moving back with me. And he looks forward to those days. 'Cause every Saturday we doing like I have a fight night and we have food and all this stuff. And so he's looking forward to that. You know what I'm saying? My daughter was homesick. She came in like a couple weeks ago. They had a local rival football game and she came and that's one thing she was looking forward to. So if we, like you said, we create that environment, it'd be a little different. I see Will every week. They do stuff with the family. Like I'm sideways jealous. I be hating on them all the time. I'm like, you want to do that again?
Right. You dag near
I
got
be
it
hating.
going on over there. Come on.
I mean, why don't you get some sleep, bro?
We'll be on the move.
Nah, don't let's say that, man. I do what I got to, but that guy, he got a TV show. That's all I'm saying. He be juggling life over there.
Scripted. Yours is, man. Listen, I ain't gonna, man. We'll be out there, man. Swanee don't put his stuff out there too. He be doing the same thing. I be seeing him like, man, you over there, cuz? Like, he be everywhere every week, man. I'm trying to be like y'all, man. I'm trying to be like y'all, bro, for sure.
I'm trying to find that balance, man. Like before, man, one of the first shows we talked about that balance, man. And I'm constantly always trying to find a balance, man. We must try to find a balance. It don't matter what we're doing. We must try to find that life balance.
Man, there is no balance, man. There's none. There's no balance.
I know, but like water, we must try to find a balance no matter what. It's just a natural thing.
I don't agree with that, man. Look, my philosophy is go to everything, do everything. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but you can though. You can't.
You doing it? I told you I want to be like Swanee, man. I want to be like you.
When he said you can't, he mean you can't.
Yeah, that's exactly. Like, you can't be beat.
No, man. Hey, it's impossible. Listen, I tried. Man, I found myself burnt out, man. There was days, it's some years back, probably about 10 years back. I was involved in almost everything. At the Rankin Christian Center, I was involved with my union full time, and then doing family functions full time. And I started my some business full time, and I was going in each and every which way. And I'm like, I never even slept. That's like, oh, I got 2 hours of sleep for a good long time, and I like, man, I gotta do something different.
I ain't doing that, man.
I burnt myself out, and that's why you always got to try to find that balance.
Well, I got Roy got something to tell you, man. I want to tell you something.
He's something spectacular.
You spectacular, man. I gotta give it to you, man. You do a lot, bro. Yeah.
My Roy Jones.
Man.
Oh man, real quick before we, you funny, man.
Why you do that? Why you keep doing that to Roy, man?
Hey, man, spectacular. Oh man, that's my dude.
No doubt.
He's different.
Spectacular. Wow.
I gotta look that word. I gotta look that word up, bro. Oh man. Oh, man, let me get my face. Hold on, give me a second. All right, we want to get your expertise, man, on this Joy Reid situation, man. Attacking the media. She's saying that the media has missing white girl syndrome. Do you agree? Disagree?
What does she mean by that? Missing white girl syndrome. Syndrome.
I'll play the video real quick, and then we'll talk about it. Give me a second, real quick. Spectacular. All right. Let me see. While I'm waiting,
Don't
man,
do it, Will.
let's listen to your boy.
He's something spectacular. He's different.
Man, they set him up.
What you say? Oh,
They set Roy up on that.
Hey man, he was on the road though. Man, I had the video queued up. Man, what happened to it? Let's see if this is it.
We're about to watch a commercial.
Evening tonight. We begin the readout tonight with the two Americas, a nation with vaccinated and unvaccinated spaces with sharply competing values. Today, we got some news that millions upon millions of American parents have been waiting for. Pfizer says its vaccine is both safe and effective in young children aged 5 to 11. And it plans to seek FDA authorization by the end of the month. And there's another long-awaited development. The Biden administration announced the easing of travel restrictions for international travel passengers. Now, passengers will need to show proof of vaccination. Unvaccinated travelers are still prohibited. It's a ray of hope for millions of Americans.
Sorry, that's not it. But keep going. I'm gonna find it.
Man.
Can't stand that chick, man. Can't
Joy
stand
Reid's off the hook.
Facts.
She's been scripted from the very beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
She's one of the main reasons why I don't even watch Fox News, MSNBC. She's on MSNBC, but there's a reason. That's why I don't watch it. No, I don't watch none of it no more. Honestly.
All right, let me see here.
You think that, or you understand that they pretty much just say what they're told to say?
Yeah, all of them. They're all controlled by the same people, man, and they are all scripted.
You know, it was interesting. Someone was saying that that's what was going on with Mark Lamont Hill. Did you see when he was debating with Judge Joe Brown?
Yeah, I saw that.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, one of the things that this particular person follows a lot of Black struggle, things like that. But she was saying that he's a really intelligent man. He went to HBCU and he used to support Farrakhan, and then they started talking about the money, and all of a sudden he removed his support. Ever since.
Go ahead, finish.
Yep.
Yeah, he's sold out. He got the bag.
This website can help you get assistance with up to 15 months.
The national focus on the story of Gabby Petito, whose remains were identified yesterday in Wyoming, has generated a parallel conversation about how much attention is given to white women who go missing versus the amount of attention and resources given to cases involving women of color. According to the FBI, there were nearly 55,000 adults who went missing last year where the person was believed to be in danger or had gone missing involuntarily, I think kidnapping. More than 15,000 were Black, while more than 34,000 were white, which includes Latinos, as the FBI doesn't have a separate category for them. So are these numbers reflected in all the coverage or national attention? Joining us now, journalist and host of the podcast Run Tell This, Mara Schiavocampo. Mara, thanks so much for being here. Great to see you.
Thanks for having
Look,
me.
the Gabby Petito story is interesting and raises all kinds of questions, and there are things that need to be investigated and discovered there. This isn't saying that story is not important, but
Yeah, well, thank you for starting that way, because that's important to know. This isn't saying that Gabby Petito is not important. What it is saying is that there's an overrepresentation in media when white women go missing, and an underrepresentation in media when Black, brown, and indigenous women go missing. So, for example, Lacey Peterson, Natalie Holloway, Chandra Levy. These are all household names. We can all think of their faces when we say their names, but I'm willing to bet that no one watching or listening can name one single Black or brown woman who went missing who became a household name. And there are comparable examples of young, beautiful, middle-class women where every other factor is aligned with, say, Gabby Petito, but the only differentiator is race. So for example, Nikki Fitz, 32-year-old mother in California, went missing in 2016. How many people know her name? Her 2-year-old daughter went missing with her. That child is still missing to this day. So we're talking about representation.
And this isn't just, I mean, you might look at media coverage, or a layperson might look at media coverage and say, okay, well, those are the stories that get blown up and that get covered. But what is the harm? What is the harm of it?
Yeah, so unlike with other stories that maybe are, over or underrepresented, this actually has real life implications for women of color. Why? This makes them less safe because perpetrators.
Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness, man. What you think, Swanee?
What she was talking about was, she made some sense out of that. And it's true. It's a fact, actually. We don't know the names of these Black women that have been went missing, and children that have been went missing. Their names ain't become famous at all, and quite frankly, we don't know their names. Now, I've seen articles where there's over 60-something thousand women and children missing, Black women and children missing. You don't hear nothing about that. But the moment, a white woman goes missing or the child goes missing, it's the talk of the town. I mean, they even got an anniversary for what's the one famous little girl that used to be a model? Her name is everywhere, all over the world.
Ramsey? What's her name? Ramsey
Yes.
or something?
Yeah. They still haven't found her, but that name still rings bells. Everybody can, if you say that name, you can go back to the very first time you heard that story, right? But you don't hear that same thing when it comes to a Black young girl at all.
Okay. What you think about that, Will?
I would just say at this point, if I do give them that, I would say that there are certain things that are important to the media in certain situations. So let's say that this is true, in regards to the missing white woman, then it would mean it's true as far as the Black death from the police officer, or it's true that it's sexy that it's just a matter of the media is going to sell what sells.
All right, so let's stick to that point. You said we're talking about murders from police, and it get over dramatized with Black people, but there's no coverage when white people get killed. Go ahead, finish.
Yeah,
I'm listening.
I mean, the statistics are out there. The FBI has done some type of statistics. The CDC has even done some statistics for those type of things. And when you actually look at it, and a lot of people don't want to hear this, is that there is not really a huge comparison amount of Black people that are being disproportionately killed by the police compared to non-Blacks. Now, we know that it's happening. We know that it's happening. In most cases, it's wrong. But the fact is that the coverage ends up happening differently. So that's what I.
All right. Well, this is the problem I have with is being said. Now, this is liberal media. Like majority, 99% of the media is liberal, and Joy Reid makes millions of dollars. You don't think she can't cover it? She don't want to. You know what I'm saying? Don Lemon has power on CNN. You don't, because maybe it's true. Maybe the audience won't watch if they, because none of the covers they're not solving crimes. They're not solving who's the killer or whatever. You know what I mean? So it's all about ratings.
That's right.
What's being sold in those situations is the division. So if they were to actually start, broadcasting all of these, different, Black women that are missing, it may or may not, and it will probably not get the ratings. But if they can create division by saying like, "Hey, this is a problem," and point to the other people, which is really them, and say, "You guys haven't been doing this," then it's like, "Oh my goodness, wow, they really haven't been doing this. We're going to watch you because we can trust you because you're giving us the truth." And then, once they do that, there will be a short period of time. They'll start, showing those type of stories, and then it's going to be business as usual.
But it's all by design. Just think of this aspect of it. When a Black person does a crime, the white media says he's a thug. Mm-hmm. When a white person does a crime, oh yeah, he was such a great student in high school. Mm-hmm. Okay, this is all by design. And if we don't pay attention, well, actually, this has been happening since the very beginning when he started printing newspapers. Black man raped a girl. When people read that, the white mob goes crazy and they go burn down the whole town of Tulsa. These are true stories. So we got to think of that media always played a part in our oppression and not bringing out, the benefit of us getting the coverage that we need. It's always been that way.
I agree that definitely there was a time for that, but I would just add that another type of oppression is the oppression that says that we're going to keep things status quo. Keeping things status quo, to me, is oppression. And when they end up doing let me give you an example, okay? So you had said that in one situation they might say that this person was a thug, they were Black, and this person, they were a great student, right? But whenever it serves a purpose, they'll do the same thing with the Black person. And usually, for example, if it's a Black Lives Matter thing, they'll start showing the baby pictures, the middle school picture, and to try to be able to create a narrative, because it ends up putting the money out there. But at the same time, what it does is it leaves everything status quo, because by the end of it, Black Lives Matter, they get the money, but everyone else is in the same situation. So to me, that's almost a worse form of oppression, because it's not only a narrative being created, but they're also stealing the money and leaving people behind in the same situations. So there is a time for when they do that, with Black people too.
Yeah, it's very cynical and disingenuous, and it's not about, people don't care about people, man. It's all about the bottom line. It's about the money. Like you can see it with the vaccine. Like before last year, if you look at the papers in the media, it was like Trump versus he's a racist and all this. Now they can't talk about him, so they had to make some type of division. Now they're doing, who came up with the term unvaxxed? You know what I mean? Like there's always got to be a division, in the cells. And
that's right.
The people who's at the bottom is always going to hurt from it. And like they don't care. The celebrities don't care. Joy Reid don't care. Don Lemon don't care. Obviously, you see what he's doing. He's basically all these people is encouraging people who's not non-vax people to I forgot, we got to change the word vax. I'll say vindicated for the algorithm. But non-vindicated people, they're telling them like, oh, let them lose their jobs. They shouldn't get any type of benefits. These are the same liberals that's last year saying that people don't care about each other. You know what I mean? And African Americans and poor people is not really taking the vaccine.
The vindicated.
The vindicated. Sorry. So it's all for ratings, man. And Swanee's right. I watch the news now because we talk about it, but But it's all BS, man. You know, that's why I'm happy that
Yeah.
we're bringing it out and talking real stories, and we're bringing people all walks of life to talk about it. We're bringing educators in here. Last week we had one of the callers who was working for behind the scenes in the government. You know, we're gonna have doctors in here, like people who's working front line. You know, we have to get the real out here. Because I mean, honestly, I don't think that it's going to benefit, even if they start covering, um, black people who's missing. It's not going to do anything. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's not going to work. It's not going to help in court. It's you know
You know why it's not going to work?
what?
It's not going to work because we don't control it. As long as we are considered consumers on the other end watching it, we can't
Yeah.
control a narrative from MSNBC or any of these other famous news channels or big news stations, whatever. So we have to grab that and control it ourselves, okay, and create our own, you know what I mean, content and narrative so we can control it. Because once it's in the media's hands, it's going to go haywire. And I'll give you an example of, the double standard. The woman's right to choose. Now, there's a big push for that, right?
Mm.
There's a woman's right to choose whether they want to get, abortion. Okay, so be it. Okay, there's a big push. There's there's rallies everywhere. A woman's right to choose. But if you're unvindicated, that's a different story. Now, what about the rights for those? You know what I mean? What about the rights for those who choose not to do something
It's out the
to
door.
their bodies? Right?
Out the door. Yep.
It's out the door. So it's this. If you're seeing it that way, you'll understand that these people are a bunch of hypocrites.
Yep. And they look like us. You know what I mean? Like majority
A
of
lot
them.
of them do. A lot of them do.
I'm actually going to do a video tomorrow on my other channel about what's his name? Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
He's one of them. I just seen that. Yep, I just seen that.
He telling everybody that, if they ain't vaxxed, they need to
Vindicate.
lose their job.
Uh-huh.
You had Stephen A. Smith said the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, wow, that is so crazy to me. But I'm gonna touch on it tomorrow on the thing. But you're absolutely right, man. It's very like I said, disingenuous and cynical when they do that. Like for one thing, you're like, we control our bodies. Exactly what you said. Great point on that, man. Yeah, what you think about that point he just made?
Oh man, I was thinking about it. It was amazing, and I don't know if y'all seen what's his name, Manuel Akko. Is that his name? Akko?
Yeah, Sports Center.
No, I ain't see that yet.
Oh man, he was over there dropping them dimes, man. He was
I gotta watch it.
He's like, I'm an in shape, peak condition athlete. I already had. We're going to use the Cody. That's he already. Yeah, he's like, I already had the Cody, and so at this point, I don't see the risk versus the reward is not worth it to me to be able to go ahead and take the jab or whatever, or get vindicated. I already have the the antibodies in me. I'm in great condition. I'll deal with it if it comes again.
Oh, and then we saw a statistic today which says out of all the people 100% of people who passed away from Cody, 94%. This was from CDC. 94% of the people who passed away from pre-existing matter. So only 6% died from COVID. I don't know if you saw that. You saw that? But
that has been nobody. That's not going to make mainstream media at all.
Even if it is, man, they'll just ignore it. Like they're doing in front of people's face, like on media. They put it out there. They said 78% of people having a serious reaction to Cody. They're obese. Everybody still, like, oh, okay, whatever. We need to do this though.
And then Israel is bringing out statistics on, and you said Norway did something today. Was it Norway?
Norway, man. Oh, it was a couple days ago, but they had decided to classify it as basically the same as the flu. They said it's not really, the effects of it aren't really different than any other respiratory disease. So, anyone get a chance, look up what Norway is doing with, the Cody, and they ended up switching up how they're going to handle it. Now, that's not to say that we shouldn't care.
Right.
We should care. We should care about everything, but like, come on, guys, get your health together. Get your health together. Like, don't,
first and foremost,
don't be the one to wait till they say you got to use pills or something. Keep your blood pressure together. If you could get off the fried food or lay it down, as Marloka would say, he said, "What? Push them death plates away."
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot to it, but I'm just saying they're not being honest about these things. It's really the Cody thing. It seems to really be an obese thing versus the not obese.
It's political.
That's part of it.
This is a political game, man. Because you remember last year we could put all the audio with Joy Reid and what's her name, Kamala, saying they're not going to get it. The
vindication.
Yeah, the vindication. That's what the world. They're not going to get it. Then all of a sudden this year, once they got the power, they're like, oh, we got to get everybody to get it. This is what they're doing now, and we talked about this last week. Is the great replacement. This is going on right now. They're trying to replace, because right now people, when you always talk about this, Swanee, people are waking up, and that's a problem for them. So what they're doing is they're picking and choosing who is going to be submissive when they come over here. They know Haitians have a history of rebellion. They may not go with the flow or to go along, get along game if they came over here, but the Israelites will. Asians will. They're taught to honor and follow the laws, right? So right now they're threatening people to take this vaccine, which is not in law yet. That's why they ain't really talking about it. But they scared a couple of these owners. I think, and I could be wrong, but I think this bill that they're trying to pass, it's 2,500 pages, and they're just trying to dump it on people, saying, "Well, this is what the Democrats are doing. You need to sign this because, or we're going to have another shutdown, and we need the money." But they don't have time to even read 2,500 pages. So I think something's going to be in there that no one knows about it. Like when they put out the Obamacare and there was all this other stuff in it, they was like, "Don't worry about it. We'll read it later. The people need it." And then they're going to go to the media and they're going to say, "Hey, they don't want you to do anything because they're racist." And they're trying to replace people, man. They're trying to replace people who's questioning them. So, because they know if they come over from these countries that they're going to do whatever they say, they're going to vaccinate them. They're going to get a lot of, because there are Haitians here, that came from that group, and most Haitians and Africans go into the medical field. So they're just going to replace them, in my opinion. The great replacement. That's what they're doing right. That's why Biden was so excited talking about, like, white people's going to be the minority now. Well, here's the thing. All through history, it's always been 50-50. Like 50% white Republicans, 50% white Democrats, and Democrats always change their names. Like they're progressives, really. Not. I mean, there's some people closer to the middle, but they're trying to change the whole system so they can stay in power. This is all this is about. They don't care about people.
Not at all.
Joy Reid was saying the other day that people should lose their job if they don't take the vax or the I messed up the word. I got to put it on my thing, but and they shouldn't get benefits, unemployment benefits, if they lose their job. That's what she said. And people that look like us is all in on it. And this is what I always say, and I always talk about it. But listen, you cannot give the government much power like that. Even if you agree with everybody should take it, because if they do this one thing, they're going to do something else that you don't like, and they're going to do mob rules and say, "Oh, I'm." And that's another thing. We're one step away from having a king. When you get a dictator, the next step is king.
Wow,
So,
that's right. You was spitting that fire, man, and that's just to the point. We need to expose these Joy Reids of the world and these Kareem Abdul-Jabbars of the world who keep saying these things, because what they're saying is very dangerous. That's going to have an effect on people like us, and that's the whole idea. They're setting a propaganda up right now, and people need to pay attention to that. And that's why, if I ever had the opportunity to sit down to talk with any of these high-ranking politicians or Joy Reid, to be on a Joy Reid show, I'll question her. Yeah, I heard you support the woman's right to choose whether she wants to do whatever she wants with her body. Well, what about the people who refuse to get vindicated? What about them? Do you believe their rights or agree with their rights? We got to put them on the spot and hold them accountable.
Yep.
More and more often, we got to do that.
Yeah.
Back. You're right, man, and that's the biggest problem we have right now. And if you like America, we tried something. I heard Joe Rogan talk about this, but he said this had never been done before. Like in 1776, this is the first time they said we the people. You know what I'm saying? Like that every other country had kings. This is why we move so quickly as America, because when you let the people do what they want to do, we grow. That's why Swanee talks about all the time. That's why they didn't let African Americans grow like they should have, because we would have took over pretty much. You know what I'm saying? Because once you let us be out here, and I remember Frederick Douglass said this in a speech when he was talking to a lot of the racists out there. He did a speech and he was like, let us stop being hypocrites, America. You said you Christians. He said, let us be. And if we fall off the tree like an apple, just let us be. And usually when you let people be, they will make it, because they start working together, because they have to. You know what I mean? But when you start what they did now, right? They told everybody to stay home, don't work in certain states. In Georgia, we didn't. We was out here, a whole time. But those Democratic states, they said, don't work, don't worry about it. We're gonna keep paying you. So you paying these families what together $85,000. You know what you created? You created a lazy person, because they never made this. Some people never made that much money in their household. So now when you're asking them to work, they're like, no, I'm not gonna work. And also what happens is, if you off your job for too long, and then you hurt this person, because you got two people trying to get the same job, right? And he's gonna ask you, how long was you out of work? Oh, I was out of work for 5 years. And then the other person was out of work for 2 weeks. Who do you think they're gonna pick? The person that was out for 2 weeks. So this person that was out for 5 years, he's also becoming obsolete in the work that he's doing. So you're setting people up for failure, and then now you got all these other people coming in from Mexico. When Cuba, when they had brought all them people in from Cuba back in the 80s, it was the Mario boat lift. A lot of them was doctors and lawyers and stuff like that, and they came over here and they had to be cab drivers, but they were so educated. You go down there. If you go get a cab, a lot of these people, they have clout in their country. They just left their country and started over. So they can just fit right into, because they're going to do it like, oh, I'll take the shot. I'll do this. I'll do that. And they're going to get the jobs that for the people that have been there for years, they're getting treated like crap. And that's what's going to happen. That's what's happening now.
Right.
Dope conversation, man. Dope conversation.
Man.
Well, you want to say something before we jump off?
Just want to say, definitely, Swanee, thank you for coming on. You're a faithful regular part of the team.
Hey, part of the team, man.
But he be bringing the heat, bringing the fire.
Yeah, I love that. Because he's in them streets. He's a part of the union and stuff like that. He got an ear to the streets. So we definitely love the content that you bring here. That we don't know. So we thank you for that.
Definitely.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. No, it's just, just with the experience that I've gained over the years, just sitting across the table from these high-ranking attorneys and some of these executives of these big corporations, I've learned a whole lot, and they move in a way that is very suspicious. They don't care about the people, and that's just how the political system is set up. They do not care about the people. Their only care is what can the people do for them so they can stay in control and stay in power. That's what it's all about.
Oh man, you want to say the last words, or you want to end it on that, 20?
Yeah, I mean, that's it's another dope show, man, and a dope conversation. What we discuss is, Will was talking about, how the media controls the narrative. We got to take hold of that narrative and make sure it's displayed and conveyed correctly, and not just by this mainstream media. And Lauren, you talked about, as far as marriage, it's a generational thing, I believe, and the structure back in the day is different than it is now. So speaking on all these points, we got to understand we really truly have to educate one another, and the only way we do that is having conversations like this. TNG radio show, man. This is what we do. We have these conversations. They may be challenging conversations. They may be controversial conversations, but it's a conversation that must be had. And it's about time that we come together and unite and start building that up, with one another. Because we can't do it alone. Nobody out here can do it alone. We must depend on one another to build each other up. And that's what it's all about. And, so I'm just so grateful and humbled and honored to even be on the show with you guys. And I just appreciate all the love that you've been giving me. And so it's always love for me, always, man. And I love y'all guys, man. Y'all my brothers, man. And I'm always going to support y'all. And so anybody out there watching, man, please share, please like and subscribe, man, and share with everybody on all social medias, man. This is one of the dopest shows on the net right now, man. So I appreciate you guys, man. All love.
Oh man, we appreciate that, man. And we reciprocate the love, and we like I said, I'll say it again, but we appreciate you giving your expertise and helping us out, man. We learned a lot from you every week. So shout
No
out to
doubt,
you.
man.
All right. Yeah, that was dope, man. Yes.
Excellent conversation, man. That's
Swanee, he gave us life, man, because I was falling off for a minute. I was like, he was giving to me in these debates today. He was winning. But real quick, man, for the people on there, definitely hit that like, subscribe, man. Help us out with the algorithms. For the people who want to support us, one of our sponsors, play that video one more time before we go. Check out one of our sponsors, afjcworldwide.com. That is afjcworldwide.com for our latest apparel, homeware, and drinkware. Definitely get a shirt for your husband, wife, doesn't matter. Again, check out afjcworldwide.com. Yeah, definitely support AFJC Worldwide. Get you a shirt, man. I'm rocking one right now. Yeah. Definitely do that right there. You want to leave with the last words, man, before we depart?
Man, not too much to say. I usually like to have something to say, but I will say this. You kept alluding to a couple of things in regards to the sports world, the other channel. Everyone, if you are not on Josie Sports Nation, check it out, because he's going to bring it tomorrow. That probably the hottest sports channel there is on YouTube. So definitely go on there. You don't want to miss. Josie knows 100% information, but he makes it a good time. You be enjoying yourself. Like, man, I better make myself something to eat while I'm listening to this. So
I will say, Roy Jones gave me a shout out too.
Wrong, man.
All right, with that, man, I'll let you.
All right.